So according to the Wall Street Journal, BlackRock is snapping up every single family house they can find. So when you're bidding for your next home, it might not be against the person up the street. It might be against a company with a $133 billion market cap. Joining me now from Walser Wealth Management, Rebecca Walser. Rebecca, the report says BlackRock is paying 20 to 50% above list price. And listen, I've got some misgivings about this. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
I am getting this eerie premonition, Charles. We're back in 2002 to 2007 when we had really easy mortgage products outbidding the price of a limited supply, and obviously we know how that ended up. So what's happening is there's so much yield pressure on bonds that investors, pension funds, and these large investment houses are having to find yield elsewhere. And if you look at D.R. Horton, they built a 124 houses in a neighborhood in Texas, and they rented them out. They didn't sell them, and then they sold the whole neighborhood in December for $32 million. They said they basically made almost 50% more than what they would have done with a normal turnaround. So it is an issue, and it is definitely reminiscent of the housing crisis, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just this is the American dream, right? And people are saying, okay, if they get big, wide swaths of houses, prices won't come down. They'll be manipulated higher. It's just not an area. I understand they're looking for yield and all those kind of things, but it feels unsavory to me. I want to ask you about this because a group of Republican senators introduced the Federal Debt Emergency Control Act. Their goal is to fight Washington's spending and debt crisis. But here's the rub, Rebecca. I'm not sure there's a lot of folks in Washington that believe that there's a crisis. Now, I know this is a passion of yours. We know there's a ticking debt time bomb. And even though we've got Cruz, Braun, Rick Scott, Senator Blackburn, all of them pushing behind this, I don't think anything's going to happen because I think everyone in this system is addicted to all of this free money.
Charles, you are 100% right, except for something is happening. The currents are telling us that there's beginning to be an awakening of the American people to this MMT, modern monetary theory, that says you can spend indefinitely with no effect. We saw that is not true already. I know I've harped on this before, but Q1, we saw the yield curve go up. We saw inflation come. We still are seeing inflation. So we know that it's not true that we can spend forever without consequence. What this bill does is it ties GDP. So if we have 100%, if our debt, our federal debt that we're holding is greater than 100% GDP, it basically alerts people to, we have a problem. It's like spending or having in debt as much as you make every single year of your life. That is not a situation that is financially sustainable. And it's not for an individual. It is not for our country. And some people are pushing so much government spending to get people really familiarized with it and not becoming entrepreneurial, not wanting to chart their own course. And we know how that ends. It ends in Marxism, socialism, eventually communism, and it is not something that is good. And it's not something America's going to go quietly into the night and accept in stealth, Charles. So right now with this administration, no, but people are waking up and they're starting to realize this is not going to work. It's never worked in the history of the world anywhere. It has not worked. Right. And the only reason it works in China is because there's capitalism in there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope you're right. In 30 seconds, there's another thing I know you're big on. In the House, there's 5 different bills floating around on restricting the online platforms. What do you think the best way to go about to sort of curb their power and their ability to abuse their power? Yeah,
I'm not big on government intervention, as you know, but at the same time, I'm also not big on how big tech has absolutely free reign to kick people off. It's supposed to be a free speech platform that uses Section 230, and it's not, and we know that. So competition is coming, and maybe President Trump will have something to do with that as well.
All right, we'll see. Rebecca, always appreciate you. Folks, we'll be right back.